Anyway, did y'all hear the talk about flopping so far in this series?
My personal plea to the NBA, you know, I think we can do better in terms of cleaning up the flopping.
Well, in case you were wondering, here was LeBron's response to that.
I just know that we, you know, our coaching staff and us players, we don't work on flopping. That's not even a part of our game. Our game is to attack the paint. We don't mind physical contact. We actually like the contact, and we don't shy away from it. So we're just not a team that, you know, goes out there and looking for flopping opportunities. That's just not us. It's actually never been any team that I've played on in my 20 years where we've been a flopping team.
Well, let's pause it right there and see if I can verify if there's any validity to what LeBron just said. Let's first look at this play here. As Austin Reeves drives to the rim, Wiggins is right there next to him. Then, what the heck was that? It doesn't even look like Wiggins touches him, but the man turns into Austin Powers and just flops to the ground like a Hollywood actor. This next one is pretty hilarious, guys. So, look here. Lonnie Walker's head flails back when nothing even touches him on the head. Right? Draymond doesn't make any contact with his head, and yet he flails it back. At this point, however, he knows the flopping job isn't done yet, so he then proceeds to spin and flail to the ground. If you thought that one was crazy, though, check this one out. So, in this play here, Poole and Schroeder are both on each other. It's playoff basketball, and they're both being physical until Schroeder decides to jump backwards all the way to the logo. What a flopper. Let's see what other members of the Lakers flop. Oh, I can't forget about Vanderbilt. So in this play here, there's no way Clay could have sent him sprawling to the ground with that soft push-off. I mean, the man's a 6'8" power forward. A light push-off like that doesn't cause a grown man like Vanderbilt to fall to the floor like that, and Clay knows it, which is why he was so frustrated by that flop. I mean, Draymond could have went spiraling to the ground here when AD pushed off with the same off arm, but he didn't because he doesn't practice flopping. Anyway, let's move on to LeBron now. You know, I find it hilarious that LeBron said flopping isn't part of his game because just look at this flop from a few years ago. Like, what the heck was that? This one too. This one with Paul George is laughable. Then look at this one. Sure, it's a hard screen, but what's with those hands? You know, if you just type in the keywords LeBron James flop onto YouTube, there's top 10 videos on this, there's compilations, there's new compilations, and there's even one titled The Day LeBron Became Le Flop. Listen, I believe LeBron James is an elite player, one of the greatest of all time, but he can't say he never works on flopping. I mean, the evidence is all there.
Went into Chandler. That's going to be his fourth personal. It happened right here in front of us at center court. James obviously.
And a foul's going to go against
Mobile's call. Yeah, I like the fact that was a hard. Oh, James with the steal. Oladipo chasing him down, and James missed the stuff.
And Muhammad fouls LeBron James, and then a technical foul on James. And Muhammad thought it was one of the Raptors and hit him with a tee. Well, it was his own teammate, I think.
It was actually DeMarre Carroll. It was Tristan Thompson that hit LeBron James. Referee finished pass picked off by Jefferson. And foul by Green.
What we're doing called fronting. Jefferson, this wasn't that hard of a foul. It's not going to end the world. But Jefferson knows.
But only to be upstaged by LeBron. If you notice, so LeBron goes down after a guy who's like a foot smaller than him boxes him out. And LeBron's basically dead on the ground, sniper shot from the ceiling.
A pretty much dislocated shoulder.
Right. So he's got all the eyes on him. And then a funny thing happens. My man Campaign decides, you know what? I'm going to step up for my teammates. A little scuffle, a little brouhaha happens at around like the elbow 3-point area, right? LeBron looks up and he sees, oh no, all the attention is off of me. So the scuffle happens. LeBron gets up. He walks over to where the scuffle happened, and then he collapses again at that exact spot so that everyone then looks at LeBron and his pretty much broken shoulder. And I just have to say, chef's kiss, that was truly the GOAT of like LeBron, injury antics, which I'm actually now getting to the point where I love it because it just adds such a funny element to the game. And of course, people say you guys are LeBron haters. Yes, I'm a LeBron hater, but I also admit that he's fucking insane, second best player of all time, yada, yada, yada. If you can't at least laugh and be like, dude, this is ridiculous. The guy who never gets injured is always getting injured in the most horrific fashion.
Oh, I flipped on LeBron's injury thing in the playing game when he
pull it up.
When he opened up his eyes and it looked like he was actually dead. LeBron James thought that he was dead.
Yes.
During the play, like it was. Yeah, he got poked in the eye. But if you're inside his brain, he actually thought either he had been sucked into the vortex and he was playing with the Toon Squad again, or he thought that he was seriously dead. And he opens his eyes and it was a miracle. And in his brain, it's a miracle that he was able to play in that game. In this game, I don't think he does it on purpose. I think it's just like part of his nature.
Theatrics.
This is just what, ever since he's been involved with the EPL.
Yeah.
He's learned.
But he's